Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this hypnosis session, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session that is designed for men. And most of the hypnosis sessions that I do are either for anybody or quite often have a focus towards women, just because a higher proportion of my client base tend to be more women than men. And I think part of that is because women are better at noticing when their mental health or their confidence isn't where they want it to be, and therefore take proactive action. And you can see this, it's well studied that if a woman finds a lump or a bump on her body, she will typically seek out medical attention, get a doctor's appointment, have it looked at, whereas men are more likely to just deal with it, to carry on, to hope it goes away. So I think that's why more of my clients are female than men. But what is evident is that that comes at a price, and that a lot of men are at risk of isolation. They don't have the same support groups as women. Women will quite often just have conversations with friends and talk about how they're feeling. Men will happily talk about sport more often than not, but not necessarily about their emotions or their problems or their struggles. This hypnosis session is designed to help men with confidence, irrespective of their own personal situation. And we're living at a time where the narrative for a lot of men is that if they're not tall, if they're not rich, if they're not successful in their career, if they're not athletic, muscular or sporty, if they're not attractive, then they're not worthwhile. Then they're a loser. And there are lots of things propagated in the media that if a man is going through a tough time, that can make things even more difficult for them. This hypnosis session uses a metaphor of movies because there are examples of confident men of all shapes and sizes. So if you're a man listening to this, what you're going to hear is examples of people that go against the popular narrative as to what it means to be a confident man. So you're going to see something that your subconscious mind brings up to you as a shorter man but with confidence, as an older man with confidence, as a man deemed to be not attractive and yet still has confidence, someone that might be older and is still confident, or someone with no hair and is still confident. And the purpose of this isn't to try and connect with whatever your situation is. If you're shorter or balding or older, that's not the point. The point here is to say that there is no rule that says that you have to be a certain type of person in order to be confident. Confidence comes in all shapes and sizes, and the purpose of this hypnosis session is to say you are able to be confident in and of yourself right now. You don't need to be richer, you don't need to be taller, you don't need to have hair, you don't need to have any of those things. Right now, you can access the emotional state of confidence. And when you do that, life gets better. When you're confident more of the time, you have a different interaction with the people around you. You deal with problems easier. You have more gravitas, more charisma, more of who you are comes out. So this hypnosis session is designed to bring out the confidence that already exists in you and to just unlock it. If you are a man listening to this, by the way, and you are struggling and you do have issues, even if you can't afford to work with me, because I'm not the cheapest therapist around, right now you can go to my website, which is adamcox.co.uk. I've got about 100 downloads there, and you can use the coupon code FREE, and you can download whatever you want completely free of charge. So if you're a man struggling right now, go to my website. There'll be a link nearby. Use the coupon code FREE. If you want to download 20 downloads completely free of charge, do it. Because if I can help just one guy out there to have a bit more confidence or to cope with struggles a bit more, that's good for me and it's good for you as well. So take me up on that offer. But for now, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy this session here, all about increasing confidence in men. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow feelings of worry or tension to leave your body. As you continue to breathe in and breathe out, if it's safe to do so, allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, I want you to get a sense that you're letting go of feelings of worry, tension, and stress. That's right. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine you have your own private cinema. I want you to imagine that there is a huge screen and the most comfortable chairs, and just imagine you've got surround sound and the highest definition, this luxury private cinema just for you. Imagine choosing the very best seat with the very best view. And this, from this point onwards, will be your cinema of confidence. As people age, their body changes. Things that were possible at one age may not be possible later. At whatever age you are, there will be a time that things that you take for granted now won't be possible for you. The collagen in your skin that you may have now that makes you look youthful and young, at some point won't be there at the same levels, and you might have wrinkles and loose skin. If you have strong muscles and high definition physique and well-toned, there will come a point where the hormones in your body change and you don't have that same physique or body shape anymore. If you have a full head of hair, at some point that hair will thin or fall out. And I want you to appreciate that as time moves on, there's a trap. There's a trap that is set to make people feel bad about who they are. To give the illusion that aging is not something to be enjoyed and embraced, but to be ashamed of, to be embarrassed of, to fight in some way. And in many societies, there is no shortage of people that will exploit that insecurity, that vulnerability. The changing tides of identity status and youth will be used to try and exploit financially those fears, those insecurities, those beliefs. But here in this cinema, you will be able to tap into feelings of confidence in all different situations. And the first thing I want you to imagine seeing on this screen, perhaps, is someone that society would consider short and yet exudes confidence. And maybe you're making a picture in your mind on this large cinema screen of Tom Cruise in one of his action movies. Not the tallest guy, but most would accept that he exudes confidence. And I want you to imagine perhaps him or another actor that is deemed to be of a smaller size. And I want you to get a sense that you're playing a scene of one of their movies where they are at their most confident. I want you to do that. And then just freeze the scene where they have a facial expression of supreme levels of confidence. I want you to imagine jumping into that screen, climbing into that movie character, and noticing how it's possible to feel incredible amounts of confidence, even though this character is shorter. Notice where you feel that confidence. Expand that confidence. Allow that confidence to resonate to every cell in your body. And then imagine jumping out, being back in that seat. And then I want you to imagine a different character from a movie. This time the character is overweight. A character that comes to mind to me of someone that maybe is overweight but exudes confidence, self-belief, inner conviction would be one of the characters played by Jack Black. Not athletic by most standards and yet exudes confidence. But you decide a character that you can connect with, and imagine seeing that character there on screen. See them at their most confident, perhaps an iconic scene from a movie where they exude high levels of confidence and high levels of self-esteem. And when they are at their most confident, imagine switching from the seat into their body, feeling how good it feels to feel that level of confidence in every cell of your body. That's right. Feel how good it feels to accept that you don't have an ideal body shape, but you can feel confident anyway. Confidence is a state of mind, a resourceful state, and you're tapping into that resourceful state now. Feel where it is, amplify it, have it resonate, ripple to every cell in your body, feeling how good it feels to accept who you are and feel that confidence. That's right. Switch back into your chair. And now I want you to imagine a different character, a different actor perhaps. Perhaps someone that is perceived to be, let's say, not attractive by many standards and yet exudes confidence. I want you to get a sense of who that character is, who the actor is, that by most standards are deemed to be not very attractive and yet has other qualities, perhaps charisma, high levels of confidence, are proud, self-assured. Doesn't matter who comes to mind because it's who it is for you, someone that isn't deemed to be physically attractive and yet has the qualities that you admire. And when you see them at the point of their peak levels of confidence, switch into their body. Feel how it feels to accept the genetics, the body shape, the face, the features, and still know that you can be supremely confident. Amplify it. Feel the sensation, notice your body language, notice how you're breathing, and tap into that incredible feeling of confidence and self-esteem now. That's it. Switch back into the chair. Now look up on screen. And this time, I want you to imagine there is a character that is perceived to be old. Maybe in their 70s, 80s, even 90s. For me, I would look up at that screen and maybe see someone like Sean Connery, maybe Pierce Brosnan. One of those people that doesn't have to be a Bond character, but someone that you can connect with the idea that they are not youthful and yet they exude confidence. See them on that screen. See them at the point where you accept that they are older and yet exude confidence. Switch into their body and feel that feeling now that you can accept that it is possible to be older and yet have huge amounts of confidence, to feel that confidence, to feel how good it feels to tap into that confidence. And then switch back into that chair. And now we're going to see one final actor or character. And this time they are a character with no hair. Maybe you're seeing an action hero like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, maybe Vin Diesel. But get a sense that there is a version of them supremely confident. Maybe in a role or maybe being interviewed on a late night TV show, but I want you to get a sense that you're watching them supremely confident. The fact that they have no hair does not diminish their confidence, it adds to it. There is no attempt of a comb over, of a wig. It is about them owning and accepting what is considered to be masculine, confident, and strong. And I want you to tap into that. Imagine switching bodies so now you're in their body, feeling how it feels to know that you have no hair and yet you can be supremely confident. Feel it, access it, and unlock all of these feelings of confidence. Whether you're short, overweight, ugly, old, or bold, it doesn't matter. These confident feelings are now unlocked within you. As you now return from the cinema into wherever you are right now listening to my voice. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you are in your own body now as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.